Welcome, entrepreneurs. Today we're going to show you how to make some money. This is my very first YouTube video, so let's do this. Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple paracord bracelet. This one is a 2-color, also known as duotone, and I'm going to be showing you how to make it very easily. Okay, so the supplies you're going to need are some paracord. For this type, you're going to need 2 colors. You're going to need your scissors, a lighter. For mine, I have 2. You only need 1. Special reasons. Okay, so first you're going to want to get your inner core, which is going to be about 1 foot to 1.5 foot long, possibly more depending on your wrist size, and make sure it can fit across your wrist and then some. Okay, so what you're going to do then, once you know it's the right size, you're going to double it over and make a simple double overhand knot, just like an overhand knot, just with 2 strands. Makes it sound a little bit more difficult than it is. Okay, yeah, so that looks good. So then you're going to get your other 2 colors, which I do not have cut yet. I'll have them in my next scene. You will take those and you will melt them together. Now. Okay, so back to where we were. You're going to take these 2. What really bugs me is these little strands. These are the inner parts, so you can kind of pull them out a little bit. What bugs me is those. I really don't like them on there that much. So what I do is I will push these together, grab my scissors, and snip. Might take a couple or a few. Oh, a little straggler there. Okay. So for me, with my cruddy lighter situation, I have a Zippo from New Orleans. Found it. And I take my normal lighter and I light it, because this one burns a lot longer and that one's almost out of fuel. So I'll take these and I'll burn them together. Not really together right now, but you're just going to melt them down right to the point of where they're boiling, and then you stick them together. And then you kind of twist them, just so it makes it more flat. So that is kind of the base, I guess. It's a little kind of crude. If it's a little bit too bumpy or too like scratchy or something for you, you can just take this and snip off around the edges. Whatever floats your boat. So you have this. It's pretty strong. It's not going to come apart too easy. It's pretty neat. I don't know how good this camera quality is, so it won't look too great. So now what you're going to do is you're going to get your middle piece that you started back out with, and you're going to take this and line it up so you got this top loop, and you're going to measure it to kind of around there. You're going to take your other piece, put it right up against there, and kind of hold it with your fingers. Now comes the part where you choose which part is going to be on this middle part or these little bumps on the side. I chose white to go in the middle, so I'm going to cross this one over that one. Then you take this black one down under and back out the other loop. I'm going to be doing that a few more times because every single knot's the same, including the starting knot. So if you didn't catch it the first time, just keep on watching and you'll see it in the later part of the video. One thing that really bugs me is sometimes I'll accidentally make this loop a little bit too big, and so the knot will slip out very easily, and that bugs me a whole lot. You got no idea. So I'm going to make sure that that loop is just big enough for the knot to go in and no bigger. Okay, a neat little thing you can do right here, because whenever you melt 2 colors together, that melt will usually be right there on the back, and that really bugs your wrist. It irritates it. So what you can do is you can pull the knot, the one at the top, down around so it's right there on the side. Just a little bit up. And then you're going to continue with your second knot. The second knot, you take the first strand that you were using, which is the white one, and you loop it back over across the other side. And then you're going to take this black one, do the exact same thing, go under the bottom, then back through that loop that you made with the white. And then you pull it tight. and then beautiful. And now see, that melt part is kind of hidden back there. You can still see it a little bit, but it's not going to hurt you anymore. It's not going to be irritating to your skin whatsoever, which I really enjoy that, because it bugs the crud out of me when I make one and it sits there and jabs my wrist and I get little marks all over. It's really annoying. Okay, so then you continue down and you keep on making it. There's a few other techniques I'll show you in other videos about how you can do this faster, a little bit more effectively, a little bit less time consuming, a little bit more comfortable. Okay, so there's your first 3 knots, and I'm gonna leave for a second, finish it, and show you what it looks like. Okay, so we are back, and this is the finished product. What's really neat when you do the doubled color is it's the reverse. See, on here the middle is white, and on this side the middle is black. It's pretty neat. So we've come to the end of this bracelet. I have reached the length I want. My wrist is just about as big as this. And what you should always do, I like to leave a little bit of slack so I have enough to pull and work with on the ends. And what you should always do is make sure that this knot is not completely cut off and melted yet, because you might want to adjust it either way. I'm going to make mine a little bit tighter. So what you do is you just pull this out. I shouldn't have made it so tight. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but no biggie. So you pull that to where it's a little bit loosened up, and then whoop, that didn't help me much. Oh well, this one's for actually somebody else that has purchased one of mine, and the wrists are a tad bit bigger than mine. So what you're going to do now is you're going to cut these off. Not too far down, just enough to where they will melt nicely and you won't have too big bubbles, so you push out the scraps. And for these ends, you can cut them pretty close. I like to cut them right about there. Same with this side. There. So now I'm going to light my ghetto lighter. Oh my gosh. Oh, I think it doesn't work. Oh, I'll be back in a second. Okay, my jank lighter is now lit. I had some difficulties. Okay, this part you got to be a little bit more careful with than most. Okay, except for this part. So this part, you're just gonna get a little bit closer. You're just gonna take this end right here and ease it into the fire, not too close, and just get that sizzling. Make sure not to burn anything. And you don't want to burn the area around it. You just want to burn this part to get it nice and smooth and sealed off. See, nice and shiny. Maybe a little bit around it's burnt, but not that big of a deal. Now for these ones, the little ends right here, move it a bit closer. You're going to want to really be smooth with it and keep it at a distance. And you're going to want to get it real soft and melted. And now what you're going to do is you're going to set that down, take your lighter, and then press that in right there. So you get it nice and flat so that will not come out anytime soon. Then you do it again with the other side. Ah, nice, shiny. And there you have it. That was a beautiful paracord bracelet. And all I gotta do is just take it, and voila. Takes a little bit of shaping. It's very good. This knots are not going to be coming out anytime soon. Very nice and stable. You can make this part a little bit shorter if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. Shorter or longer, as long as it's like right about there, you'd be good. As long as it can slip in, that thing can still move on and off and get all the way down without popping off. So, now to the business portion of this. A really great idea for these is you can take these to school. You could make a couple for yourself and wear them around to showcase them a little bit. And then what you can do then is take them, and if somebody asks you about them, say, hey, I'm selling these, do you want one? Or you could maybe make a couple for your friends, tell them about it, and then they can showcase for you and they can bring business in for you. So what you're going to want to do is, depending on where you buy these and what price you get paracord, is how you're going to want to price them. I personally buy my paracord off of Amazon.com. The average for me is about $9.50 for 100 feet. It's a pretty good deal, I'd say. You really make your money back if you don't waste too much, like I did kind of right here, and if you don't make too many free, and too many for yourself, and too many for your little brother. So mine, I priced them at about $5 a piece for one like this. This one uses about 7.5, maybe a little bit closer to 8 feet. Maybe not that much, probably closer to 7 feet, but still. So if you factor that out, if you bought 100 feet for 8 to 9 to 10, possibly, if you get brighter colors, they're more expensive. But say you paid $10 for 100 feet, and you're using 7 feet for each bracelet, and then you're selling for $5, which is how much I sell them for. Think about how much that would make. You can do the math. So you definitely make your money back if you're only spending 10 or less for 100 feet. The black is the cheapest. I think the white was a little bit more expensive because it's more bright. Pink, hot pink is the absolute most expensive. It is $15 for 100 feet. I think it's because it's very bright. The shipping for that isn't that long. You can also find paracord in locals, military surplus shops. It's a good source because you don't have to wait on shipping or anything. You just buy it, it's yours. With my personal experience, it has been a little bit more expensive, but it's not too great of a difference. It's only about $10 for 100 feet at the cheapest. So you're only sacrificing a couple dollars to get it sooner. So take this idea, wear them, showcase them, try to sell them from anywhere to school, to church, to sports leagues, anything, wherever you go. If anybody asks you for one, you could say, hey, I can make you one, and you can figure out what colors they want, go home, make it, come back, get their money, and then give it to them. One rule you should always remember: do not give somebody a product without getting their money first. That's just me. I'm just kind of paranoid, but still. And what else? Okay, so this is $5. Next time I'll show you how to make a king cobra knot. This is the cobra knot. I'll show you how to make the king cobra, which is a doubled over layer. It looks pretty cool. I'll show you how to make that next time, and those I sell for $8. So you will see this in my next video. Okay, well, go out there and make some money.